travel to the northern lines to hear some tales of Nordic Noir. My name is Liza Marklund, and I'm one of the organizers of Litquake. We've just almost at the end of our week-long literary festival. I hope that you've been able to enjoy some of the other events we've had this week. If not, take a look at the program and then start planning your visit to our festival next year. I'd like to thank the Consulate General of Sweden and NORLA, which is Norwegian literature abroad, for making this event possible. And we're thrilled to have such an international cadre of writers at Litquake this year. We have this event, we had Irish writers earlier this week, and earlier today we had Mexican writers. So we've really broken it into being an international literary festival. I'd also like to thank our authors for traveling all the way from here to our city by today. Eddie Muller, our MC for tonight, is our Jorn. Our volunteers, who've done a great job tonight, and all of our sponsors and supporters, including the San Francisco Examiner, the SF Arts Commission, Grants for the Arts in San Francisco, the Minor Anderson Family Foundation, DABLE, all of our generous individual donors, and our bookstore partners, including Green Apple. They're in the back. They're selling books by the authors tonight, so I encourage you to buy copies and get your copies signed. Now I'm going to introduce writer and journalist Liza, who is the producer of tonight's event and conceived the idea and invited all of tonight's authors.
Hej och välkommen allesammans. Det är verkligen mycket att se så många stora universitet här. Hello everyone. I just had to do a little Scandinavian introduction because I think quite a lot of you speak either Norwegian or Swedish. To me, this event is really special. I started doing Litquake last year and really loved doing it. Being in San Francisco and loving literature, maybe wanting to write something yourself, it's such a perfect combination. And to have the possibility to combine the literature that I grew up with, Nordic crime literature, and Litquake is fantastic. And I'm really glad we've got three fantastic writers, Liza, Tom, and Jorn. I want to thank you for coming all this way. And with them on the stage today, we're going to have Eddie Muller, the Tsar of Noir in San Francisco. He's a two-time San Francisco Library Laureate. He's a novelist and writes his own plays. He's a renowned film preservationist and producer. He also hosts San Francisco's hugely popular Noir City Film Festival. Eddie, the stage is yours.
All right, good evening. Welcome. This is a real treat for me. This afternoon I did a panel over at UC Berkeley called Bullets Across the Bay, all about why San Francisco is such a mecca for crime fiction. So how fascinating that I would jump on a BART train and come over here and discuss with our esteemed guests why it is that the Scandinavian countries now are truly the mecca for contemporary crime fiction. So this will be a very interesting evening tonight. So I am very happy to introduce to you the man who is known as the Norwegian Dan Brown. Tom Egeland is a former journalist and author of The Circle's End, The Night of the Wolves, and The Gospel of Lucifer, which was the winner of the Riverton Award for Best Crime Fiction. Mr. Tom Egeland. Jorn Lier Horst is known for his intricate and elaborate mysteries. Besides being one of Norway's leading crime writers, he is also a police chief. He is the author of Nocturnal Man and a new book, Dregs. Please welcome. And lastly, it is my pleasure to introduce Liza Marklund. Her most recent book, The Postcard Killers, is a collaboration with James Patterson and went to #1 on the New York Times bestseller list. She is also the author of the internationally acclaimed Annika Bengtsson series, The Fabulous Liza Marklund. Gracefully leave the podium. I feel like with these microphones like this, I feel like we should all have guitars and harmonicas.